Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, sharoncullenart. Today I'm going to be doing a simple Tiny Tuesday tutorial for you. It should not take too long. It's going to be very similar to this, only I'm going to be doing it on a tiny scale in a little bitty circle here. So if you'd like to put a circle on your paper, looks like my tape is on my circle, so I'm going to have to move this tape back a little bit so that my circle is not flat on top. Hopefully that'll help. And I'm going to use some dark colors to start. I'm going to use some Indanthrone blue, which is a very pretty deep blue. And we're gonna get the paper wet. Grab a brush here, and I'm gonna wet the entire paper, top to bottom. Actually, before you wet your paper, I just have one spot wet. I want to put another little circle in, and I'm just going to take a pencil to put my moon in here. Find a dry spot. There's a piece of hair on this. Okay, find a dry spot right there. It's still there. Oops, darn it. I moved my pencil and made a mark. That gives me an idea where I want it. And that's it. I'm going to kind of make it a little bit lighter because I'm using a dark pencil there. Okay, now take your brush, whatever brush you'd like. I'm just using my Silver Black Velvet 3/4 flat, and I'm wetting the entire paper. I think this is B paper. I'm going around my little moon here. I want to leave him light. And just continue to wet this all the way down. And once you've got it wet all over, then we will start with the color. And we're going to put our Indanthrone blue in. We're going to go real dark at the top. Just like that. And we're just going to let it work its way down. I'm going to lighten it a little bit down here. I don't want it this dark. I kind of like that white spot right there. I'm going to try and leave that. Hopefully it'll stay. I'm just going to drag some of this blue color in here. A lot of the bottom will be covered, so don't worry about it. I'm going to get a smaller brush here to go around my moon a little bit with this color. Probably did not get wet, so these synthetic brushes don't hold as much paint or as much liquid, I mean. Oops, it looks like I got inside on that part, so I'm going to make my moon a little bit smaller. That's round enough. Okay, now we're just going to let that dry and see where we're at. You might want to go back and forth across your paper, but in this case I really didn't need to, so I'm just going to leave it alone. And we'll see how it looks when we're dry, if we need to put another layer over the top. Okay, this is dry. Whoops, something just fell down on the floor. Okay, that's all dry. We're also going to need some white gouache. And I think that I'd like to do the gouache. Well, we're going to do one layer first. Let me grab my other brush here. I need a nice pointed round. How about the synthetic? This too. We'll do that. Now, I want to take some gray color, and I'm just going to use, you can use neutral tint or whatever you want to use. I'll use neutral tint here. I'm just going to get a little bit and put it out on my palette. I want it to be diluted. We want it pale. And I'm going to go in and I'm going to put in some distant pine trees that are very light. Put in another. Just kind of put them in all over. I don't know if you can see this or not. Let me scooch in a little bit here. Ooh, where are you? Yeah, there we go. Excuse me. I caught a little bit of a cold and I thought I was over it, but then I took my Enbrel injection on Friday and now here I am on Monday. I'm sick again. It just lowers my immunity that much. Drives me crazy. I'm just taking this and putting it back and forth. It's not a big deal. It doesn't have to be pretty. Okay, and now we're going to go back in with a darker form of this black. Actually, let's let this dry first. I'm just going to hit it with my dryer. And now we're going to go in with this. Actually, I'd like to, no, we'll start out with the black. And if you're covering up trees behind it, that's okay. I'm going to be a little more careful now that these are showing. There we go. Some of those still show up in the background. Now I want to take a green. I'm going to grab my green gold and my sap green just to lighten the tips of some of these, like the moonlight is shining on them and making them kind of pop. The green is not going to show very well. I just want to get a little bit on there to give it the hint of color that it needs. I didn't wet this first, so there we go. There we go. Then I'm going to take this lighter one, a green gold. If you don't have that, you can use a yellow. In fact, I might grab my quinacridone gold here. Let's see, is that it? Nope, that's Nicolay, so this has got to be quinacridone. Yes. And I might use that as well. If not, mix these two together or mix a blue and your quinacridone gold together to get kind of an olive-y color green. And the more gold you add in, the lighter it's going to get. Now this one, I'm just going to put on little tips here and there. Normally, I would say don't add any green to your trees when it's dark outside, but we're going to go with the idea that these are shining in the moonlight, and this color is semi-transparent, I believe. It says transparent. I must be using it very thick then, because it's going over this black just fine. Now I'm going to grab a little bit of that gold We'll see how this works. It might be a little bit too brown. Yeah, I'm going to go with a lighter color. Let's skip the gold, and I'm going to go with a permanent yellow light, excuse me, which is a very cool yellow. And I'm just going to dab that on here and there. Like the tips of the needles are sparkling. I don't know if you can see this or not. Am I still in frame? Yes, I'm still in frame. Okay. It gives the illusion that it's green. That's what your eye is telling you because you know it's a tree. And some of them, you know, they do lose their needles every 3 years. So pine trees will get yellow, and they might look like they're dying. Especially cedars. That freaked me out. I had, at my previous home, I had a bunch of cedars that were, I'm going to mix some black or some of my neutral tint and some of my green together to go down deeper. Get a really deep green just to fill in some of these gaps here. But I had this whole hedge row of like 30, 40 foot cedars going across the back of my property, and they were huge. I mean, thick, huge. And then one year, they all turned like this burnt sienna color and golden color, and I was like, oh my gosh, what's going on with my trees? I thought I was going to lose them. I called the garden center, and they said, is this the first time you've seen it? I'm like, yeah. And they said, well, how long have you lived at your home? And I said, a few years. And they said, well, you're probably just losing the needles. They lose them every 3 years. And I'm like, oh. So I got this lesson from the guy on the phone about how pine trees work. It was very interesting. There we go. That's good. Now, you've got that illusion of light. We've got the full moon here, but I don't want the moon to stay perfectly white. So I'm going to mix a little of my gray up, very diluted, and I'm just going to kind of paint on those kind of valleys, mountains and valleys that you see in the moon, like that. Might need it a little bit darker. Something like that. That works. And then we're going to get out our white gouache. Okay, got my white gouache here, or you can use your bleed-proof white ink. I think I might use that today. I love this stuff because it's so thick. And I'm just going to do it this way. And I also want to get a little, this can be snow or it could be stars. I'm going to do snow. Well, although it's clear out, so how could it be snow, right? Well, it could be a little bit of both. We'll do both because I just got it in the trees. And then the last time I did this, I put this down before the trees so that I wouldn't get my trees starry. And then I end up forgetting and thinking of snow because I was listening to Christmas music today. Yes, I did. In November, I listened to Christmas music. I was on my way home from a doctor's appointment. Had to have some precancerous stuff removed, and my dermatologist. So the price of being freckled. Okay, so now we got that there. Now I'm going to take a brush. A rigger would be perfect. Taking a little rigger. I'm getting my white on my rigger. And then one of those, I'm going to make it a little comet coming down, or a meteorite. So it's just going to go like this. There we go. Just like that. And you can actually feather it in the beginning. But I got too much on here. There we go. Just like that. Alrighty. And that's all there is to it. Now you could use that as a Christmas card. You could put snow on these. In fact, that might be a good idea since I had snowflakes or stars accidentally touch it. It can be a clear night in the winter and I can have snow on my trees like this. That way it won't look like stars. on my trees, right? Right? So that's what I'm gonna do. Goodness, I'm having trouble here. I'm just kind of dabbing it in the branches deep within. You can do it between the branches, like so that it gets on the inside. It doesn't have to be every tree. Even you can kind of skip it around like the wind has blown through the trees and not all of them have snow anymore. But just do that. There we go. That's all there is to it. And then down here, I probably will leave it whiter. There. And that is it. So if you want to make this a Christmas card, you can write Merry Christmas around the bottom. Or you can just do this without it being a circle. But I kind of like that kind of peekaboo look, you know, that you get. So I would probably leave it round and then put something at the bottom. I didn't even do Christmas cards this year. Isn't that awful? Didn't print them. Usually I've got them printed by now and ready to send out, but it's expensive. It is an expensive endeavor. There we go. So I'm going to sign my work. I'll just use a micron pen today. And actually I'll do it the right way. I'm going to take my little, pen here, my little glass nib pen. You can use a dip pen, whatever you have. I'm going to take some Indanthrone blue. Get my brush real wet here with some Indanthrone. Actually, I need a bigger brush than this. That's big enough. And then I'm just going to go in, wet my brush good with that, and then get it on my my pen. But before I write, I want to dab it off just to make sure, because there's always one drop that comes down. There we go. And then I will write my name. There we go. My S didn't come out very good. There we go. Make it bigger. Rinse my pen out. And we are all set. There is your Tiny Tuesday tutorial, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, be courageous, paint with wild abandon, and most of all, be kind to each other. Take care. Get busy on those Christmas cards. Surprise people with all of your talent, and do something simple like this.